Hi there guys, Sam here, welcome back to another video. You join me once again on Mark 7 Golf R to talk a little bit around a recent sort of positive experience at a main VW dealer. I mean, yes, finally it's happened. And yeah, I've done previous videos in the past where I've kind of documented my sort of ownership of this Golf R and sort of shared you and sort of brought you along for like a service, whether or not it's just a minor service, major service, or just any kind of checkups on the car. And yeah, not all of them have been particularly good experiences, to be honest. In fact, I can't really count any of them being a good experience, but this one was. So I wanted to share it, to share some positive news for you. So let's get straight into this one. So yes, welcome back to another video. I hope everyone is all well. So a couple of days ago, I went to VW because, as we all know, with whatever the hell went on last year in 2020, it was quite difficult to get things done. You know, like my MOT got extended by 6 months. You know, you weren't actually allowed to go out to even service your car and stuff. There was really, yeah, it was all over the place. And I like to be quite meticulous in terms of what happens with this car. You know, if I get the battery changed, which it did get changed under warranty, if I give it an oil filter service, if I do a Haldex service, you know, change the tyres, do whatever. So I like to keep that in order. And off the back of driving the Audi TT, and I'll link to the video up there, my friend's Audi TT, he told me he'd recently got new brakes, discs, pads and everything. And the braking performance on that car was so much better than mine, so much better. And I was like, you know, this has got bigger discs, it's 340mm discs. Maybe the pads are a little bit worn, maybe the discs are a little bit worn, I don't know. But yeah, I was feeling a very long pedal. And it sort of ruins the driving experience, you know, it's a fun car to drive. So I was like, oh, so I was looking up sort of discs and pads to get, and I actually spoke to the person who lent me the Golf 8R, check that video up above, amazing drive. And because I knew he had a 7.5 facelift before, and he actually fitted Club Sport S discs, which are the drilled discs, to his, and they looked fantastic. So I was asking him about it, how much he paid for it, where he got them from, what pads he got, and all those kind of things. And I'll link that above. Well, I'll show that as I'm talking. Quite expensive, I'm not going to lie, but I was like, oh, that'd be quite good. And then I also spoke to someone else who I've had on the channel for a bit of a podcast. He knows so much, so go to people with knowledge. And he sent me in the direction of EBC discs, pads, sort of like the groove discs, and yellow stuff pads as well, and sent me a link to it and said they were really good on his and he really enjoyed them. And so I was like, oh, you know, that's quite good, a little bit cheaper as well than the Club Sport S one. So I was sort of weighing up my mind which ones, and then the EBC ones completely out of stock. Yeah, unsurprisingly. It just seems that they're very, very popular. And the Club Sport S ones were in stock, but they were a fair bit more expensive. So that was kind of going through my mind. Then I checked back and I looked at recent reports on my car, because the good thing about taking it to main VW dealers is they do sort of like a little video for you. They show you little health checks of the car, whatever you do, whether it's just a little MOT or anything. They'll show you the underside of the car and what's wrong with it and what's like the wear rate on your tyres and your pads and your discs. And I checked that, and mine have really, really lightly worn. I'd motorwayed this all the time. So no braking, no heavy braking. I'd leave stupidly early in the morning, and I'd always sneak away before the traffic as well. So I was rarely heavy braking. And these are the same discs and pads that I've had since new, and my car's coming up to 31,800 miles. So yeah, probably not driving it hard enough, or they're good. And I was like, oh, maybe it needs a brake fluid change. And I completely forgot that as part of my servicing, I didn't actually do a brake fluid change, because people just neglect it, forget about it. I forgot about it, but it was in the back of my mind to get done. And actually, just briefly on the discs, because you can get drilled discs, which I mentioned about the Club Sport S, but they can be prone to cracking because the heat gets sort of caught. It's a good way to sort of disperse heat with the drilled discs, but then they can crack, and obviously more expensive to repair. And actually, even with the groove discs, although they stop you very, very well, it comes at the price of brake pad wear, because obviously it's chiseling it off a lot more. Whereas on the standard OEM cars and on the Golf Rs and like Pagid discs, just smooth discs, you kind of get the best of both worlds. They're never going to stop as good, but their wear rate is, as I've proven, is really, really good. So that's just my little sort of summary on the discs. So yeah, brake fluid change, exciting stuff. And I checked out and I got a quote from VW, and it was £69. And I was like, oh, that's quite high. I hadn't been there before. It was VW in St Albans. I checked another sort of local, sort of independent garage, and they were charging £40. And I was like, you know, for £29, see what they're like, see if a main VW dealer can sort of, yeah, improve my mood about what I think about main dealers. And so I went with them. Went in, I was working, so in the morning, really easy to book, had my laptop with me and stuff, you know, nice and simple, really nice people to speak to. such a alternatively different experience to what I had at VW up in Bedford, the Vindis one. This one was so much more organised. They had so much more staff. Maybe it was just because it was a bigger dealership, I don't know. And yeah, it was great. It was the whole experience was really, really good. And I don't mind paying more for a better experience. You know, 20, 30, 50, 80 pounds on a service. If you're getting that extra added value, you're getting something for it, and the job is good. Just a little bit of peace of mind to know that, you know, they're going to use the VW recommended brake fluid. You know, they're going to do all the stuff that you kind of want them to do, which is nice to have. And they're not going to make a mistake. And it was a really nice dealership, actually. You know, I worked for about 1.5 hours while they were doing it, and it was really good. Came back, you know, no problems, paid for it. The car is in great order, and the difference, oh my god, brake pedal is so much better. I know you have to sort of wait 100 to 200 miles before you know, it can really sort of push the pedal hard, but it's so much better, so much more feel to it, so much more responsiveness. So recommended get a brake fluid done before you change your discs and pads and start spending, you know, 500-600 pounds. Yeah, for 60-70 quid it can solve all your problems, because yeah, so, you know, they're barely worn at all, my pads and discs, so what's the point? You know, use what you have. Don't think over the top like I did. I made that mistake with my Fiesta ST, and I replaced all the discs and pads, but actually probably just needed a brake fluid change. So yeah, really happy with that, really happy with the experience at the main dealer, because I know times are tough, everyone's sort of miserable, everyone's sort of struggling. I bet they're getting a really hard time. You know, a lot of the people I was speaking to there had been furloughed recently, and yet they were all smiling and all happy, and that's really great to see. It was also good eavesdropping into a few conversations. I think one of the salesmen there was talking about how Arteons just don't sell, and that made me laugh quite a lot. So if you're looking to get an Arteon, make sure you get a good deal, put it that way, because they were not impressed with the sales figures on those. And yeah, just a good experience, something I just wanted to share, because that's what I like sharing on this channel. You know, I'm happy to give it some if I don't have a good experience. You know, people adding stuff onto your bill, as in a video that I have shown, which I wasn't very happy about. And yeah, this one was just nice and easy. It was just like, here's the price of it, this is what's going to happen, done. And the results are fine. The car is great and as good as new, and just a positive experience I wanted to share with you. And I know these don't get the biggest of views because it's not like, oh, negative and, you know, something crazy's happened to my Golf R. Normally tends to get the views and gets the appreciation in some ways. But actually a positive experience I really hope can help someone else out, because if you are kind of a little bit skeptical, you know, I started this channel up because, and one of the reasons was because I knew, you know, it's the sort of things that worried me. It's the sort of things that I was like, I don't like dealers. I just think they're gonna, you know, I've got a Golf R, so they're just gonna, you know, charge me Golf R tax, and they're not gonna do a very good job, and they're gonna rag it and all this kind of stuff. You know, a car I've spent a lot of money on and a lot of time on. But speaking it through with you guys makes it a lot easier. I can share experiences and get experience and feedback from you lot as well, which is great. But this was a good experience. I will probably use them again for my service in later on this year, and I will share if I continue to get a good experience from them. And yeah, it's something I wanted to share. The final thing I wanted to add, my car has been absolutely bombed in bird crap, and I'm going to show it to you lot now because I can't believe it. I'm on like a flight path for birds. I've never seen it so bad. And I can also test who's actually got to the end of the video as well, because you'll comment on it. I mean, what is that? On the roof, on the side, everywhere. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I'll have to pressure wash that off. You gotta get it off quick as well, because it just ruins your paintwork. But yeah, a funny thing to end it on, but hopefully a positive video. I'm a big, you know, VW St Albans. I like it how, you know, they don't know I have an audience of you guys. You know, coming up to 2,000 people now. So yeah, like, share, subscribe if you want to be a part of it. And coming up to 1 million views as well, which is crazy. I just snuck in as a normal person because that's how I kind of want to be seen. I don't want to be treated anything different, even if, no matter how big the channel gets or small the channel is, it doesn't matter. I want to see it from your point of view to help you out, because you might be in this area and you might say, oh, actually, yeah, I'll give it a go. I'll go for them. And yeah, I've had a good experience, so I'll share that. I had a bad experience at another place, and I'll share that. So I hope you find that useful, and I'll do plenty more of that to come. But listen, thank you so much for watching. As I said, like, share, subscribe. It really does help the channel to grow. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you again next time. Cheers, guys.